just pray. When there's nothing you can do, just pray. And faith will pull you through. Yeah, I believe.
I hear the train a-comin'. It's rollin' around the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine. I don't know when.
I don't need a map, I don't need a road, I don't need a fence, I just need to roam. If you wanna love me, you don't need a rope, you just need to know. I don't need a compass, I don't need a saddle, let go of the reins, baby, let me unravel. If you wanna love me, you don't need a rope, you just need to know. Good horses come home.
Hurricane is about to hit us, so let's go get some last minute things. The stores are packed and crazy, so let's go. I'm gonna search for water and someone is looking at me. First stop is Target because very demure, very bougie, very empty, very not chaotic. Stinky. We are getting his essentials because of course he's being called out to work during the hurricane, so he needs some stuff to keep fresh and not be stinky. If the power goes out, everything is empty and they were completely sold out of water. I just came to Staples because I see there's water. I stopped at Crumble for my birthday cookie. And look how long the line was for gas. We just came to Lowe's. We had to look for a gas can to be able to put gas for the generator. They are sold out.
Hurricane Milton has rapidly intensified into a Category 5 storm, posing serious threats to Florida's western Gulf Coast. The National Weather Service calls it a historic storm, with life-threatening storm surge, destructive winds, and heavy rainfall expected by midweek. Storm surge could reach up to 12 feet in areas like Tampa Bay, and evacuation orders are in place. Remember, if you're in a surge-prone zone, listen to local officials and evacuate if instructed. Right now, Milton is 700 miles southwest of Tampa, with winds at 175 miles per hour. While some weakening is expected as it approaches Florida, it will remain a major hurricane through landfall on Wednesday or Thursday. Expect flooding, with up to 15 inches of rain in some areas and damaging winds that could cause extended power outages. Storm surge will peak late Wednesday into Thursday, with additional risks of tornadoes in central and southern Florida. Stay safe, follow evacuation orders, and finalize your hurricane preparations by Tuesday night.
Dear God, I trust you. I trust you not just when it's easy, but even when it's hard. I trust you not just when it makes sense, but even when I don't understand why. I trust you not just when it's good, but even when it seems like I'm going through hell. I trust you, not because I know what you're doing, but because I know what you promised.
Hurricane Milton exploded in strength today with winds topping 180 miles per hour. It is now expected to make landfall late Wednesday or early Thursday. Check out this ominous view of Milton today from the International Space Station. Forecasters say if it stays on its current track, this will be the worst storm to hit the Tampa area in more than a century. Now, Florida's governor declared an emergency for much of the state, warning residents, especially those vulnerable to its potential 15-foot surge of seawater, to evacuate as soon as possible. Look at this. The roads already jammed. Now, all this as many Floridians are still recovering from the impact of Hurricane Helene just 11 days ago. We'll get to the new storm track in a moment, but we begin with CBS's Tom Hansen in Tampa. Good evening, Tom.
Hey there, Nora. Good evening to you. Well, talking about that storm surge that you mentioned, if that were to hit right where I'm standing, I would be well underwater. And take a look at Tampa from above. You can see that the city is surrounded by inlets just like this one. Once the storm hits, all of that water has to go somewhere.
As Milton menaces Florida, millions are under mandatory evacuation orders.
This is the storm of the century.
Now the west coast of Florida is bracing for another life-threatening storm just 11 days after Helene. It's expected to make landfall in Tampa, and nearly half the city is being told to get out.
I can't put my officers' lives in danger to come out for somebody that didn't evacuate in the peak of the storm surge. So take the heat and evacuate now.
With a state of emergency declared in 51 counties, residents are once again assembling their emergency kits and gathering supplies, waiting in long lines for sandbagging and even longer lines for gas. CBS News was at Tampa General Hospital, the only level 1 trauma center in the area, as this wall was installed before Hurricane Helene. That barrier protected the hospital from 4 feet of flooding, but Milton could bring up to 15 feet.
We have layers of protections that we're going through, but it's still a little bit nerve-wracking to prepare for something like this with the current projection.
I'm Cristian Benavides in North Reddington Beach, a barrier island community where debris from Hurricane Helene still lines the street. Here, they're going from cleaning up to bracing for impact. Across Pinellas County, communities are getting ready. In this St. Petersburg neighborhood, more than 80% of homes were flooded by Helene's historic storm surge. What does your neighborhood look like right now?
It looks like a war zone. I mean, it's really sad. People have lost everything. You can see their memories sitting on the side of the road, and it's decimated.
Officials are worried debris, loose pieces of wood and metal, could clog storm drains and turn into dangerous projectiles when Milton makes landfall. Here in North Reddington Beach, entire homes were engulfed by the ocean during Hurricane Helene. Now residents like John Davis are worried about what's next.
Well, I hope it's not going to directly hit here. That's my hope.
But if it does?
If it does, I think it's going to have devastating effects.
Not long ago, we heard sirens going off, meaning that everyone here needs to get out now. We are under a hurricane warning, a storm surge warning, and here under a mandatory evacuation order. Nora?
Cristian Benavides, to see those pictures, my goodness, and Tom Hansen, thank you both for being there.